So I got this Hangar 9 P-40 60 size a couple years ago, without any electronics or anything. And I put it together and I'd been flying it, but I wanted to do a few upgrades to it this winter. I put some new struts on it, redesigned and reprinted the cowls that I had made previously, printed some new wheel wells because the originals were all cracked, and I had some repairs to do in the skins on the wing on back there and some on the bottom, which necessitated recovering that section. So while I was in there doing everything, I added a pilot, which came out of my spare canopy from P-51 1.5 Eflite. I got a second canopy to make FPV. And I figured while I was at it, I would also fix the problem of the prop. So I'd swapped out the Skywalker 80 amp ESC that was in here that I had put in a couple years ago, and I put in a Hobbywing Flyfun Hobbywing 150 HV I got off of RC groups. It used to be in a Freewing 90mm F22. I had originally used a two-bladed 15x8 with a 3 1/4 inch spinner because it's the biggest spinner I could find, and I couldn't find a 3 1/2 inch 3-blade spinner, which is what I wanted. But since I now have a better printer and things, and I've printed a few other spinners, I designed and printed my own. I had purchased this 15x7x3 prop back then, but without the right spinner, I ended up using that one. Since then, I've also acquired these two props, so I figured part of this is I would be testing what the amp draws are on all of those on both 6S, and while I'm at it, I'll try 8S. I am going to be trying out a variety of props on a few different battery settings. So I'm going to be using this force gauge to find the peak pull while I'm doing the tests. I will have my cell checker connected to the battery so I can video to see how that drops. I'm going to connect everything through this Toolkit RC watt meter, so it will be able to show the current and the wattage and the peaks, and I'll have a camera on it to show as time, and I'll have that camera time synced to the scale. I am going to be testing this on the 6S batteries that I was flying it on for the last couple seasons. I'll also test a new 6S battery, and then I'm going to use the adapter and test it on 8S. I just have 3 of these because I don't want to have to recharge them before each time. The props I will be using are this APC 15.8E 2-blade. This is what I've been flying it on for the last couple seasons. I have a Master Airscrew 14.9. I have a Master Airscrew 15.7. And we have a master Airscrew 16.8. So all four of these props have been statically balanced on my balancer, and we will see what it does. I just weighed the plane. It's full 8.6 pounds with the battery that I normally fly in it, which is the same weight as the two 4400 4S's that I will be testing as well. So for the setup, I've got the force gauge scale with a piece of paracord around the tail and strapped to this very large, heavy chunk of equipment. Then, on the other end, we've got the ESC programmer, so I can try different timings if I want. And then we're going to have the watt meter hooked up, and we'll be controlling the throttle with the watt meter. So it will read out the throttle position as part of it. We are on the 15.8 two-blade APC. We've got a 6S CNHL battery in. And let's see what it does. We have the SMC 6S 6000. You see fully charged. Still with the APC 15 by 8E prop. Next one, we have the APC 15.8E with a pair of SMC 4S 4400s in series. Go. I have this just connected to one of the batteries. My other checker is on loan right now. So, go. 8S. Master Airscrew 14.9 3-blade. Again, with the same CNHL 6S battery that I had on the Charger. Again, Master Airscrew 14.9 with the SMC 6S 6000. Master Airscrew 14.9 3-blade, 8S with two SMC 4400 4Ss. Again, that is connected to just one of the batteries. And I forgot to reset that. Oh, let's reset. Okay, take two. Master Airscrew 15.7 3-blade with the CNHL 6S 5000. Master Airscrew 15.7 SMC 6S 6000. Master Airscrew 15/7 3-blade 8S with dual SMC 4S 4400s. Master Airscrew 16/8 with a CNHL 5000 6S. Master Airscrew 16/8 with the SMC 6S 6000. Master Airscrew 16/8 3-blade 8S with a pair of SMC 4S 4400s. So after the testing, I think I'm probably going to go with the 15/7, and I'm going to run it back on 6S, so I'm going to put the Skywalker 80 amp back in it, but I may still run with the separate BEC that came with this one. And as a size comparison, so this is what I was running, which was the largest spinner I could find at the time, and why I was running a 2-blade instead of this 3-blade, which I had actually purchased back when I got the plane and put it together, but I couldn't find a spinner at the time. So this is only a 3 1/4, which was still too small for the cowling. This one I designed and 3D printed out of ABS. Had to trim it a little bit there to balance it, but it's got a groove which interlocks onto a bump here, and then this inner part registers along the inside of there, so it locks in and then is secured through the center of the prop shaft. So the previous owner was flying it with that same 15.7.3 prop, but they were using a 3-inch spinner, which is even smaller. This one's a 3 1/4, and that one's a 3 1/2, which I think is about as close as I can get. I could probably, since I designed this one, I could have gone a little bit bigger, but it fits on this side. It's just a hair short around there, but I think it will look much better than it did before. This profile and size and the 3-bladed prop make this look a lot better. Still a bit skinny and squared off for the props, but maybe by spring I will finish cleaning this one up. Currently it's a 3D printed ABS 15.8.3, so same diameter but another inch of pitch compared to this one. So we'll have to test this one to see how it comes out with everything as well. But this is actually labeled as the Spitfire prop from 3D Lab Prints. I've also have a set of props printed for their B-25 that I'll be trying out later this spring. But that's about what we've got going on here. I've got the new landing gear legs, the new wheels, the new covers, and the new wheel wells all in. And once I get this ESC swapped back out and bolt the prop on, it's ready to go back up on the hangar shelf until it's not, 10 degrees and snowing outside, which it currently is.